Hello students, today we see new chapter, chapter number 4, definite integral as the limit of a sum. Indefinite means or improper integral means integration going from minus infinity to infinity of some function f of x dx. So definite integral means the range of integration is between certain limits. The definite if capital F of x and its derivative is equal to small f of x, where a is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to b, means value of x lies between certain interval a to b. Then integration of f of x dx, small f of x dx, integration going from a to b is equal to capital F of b minus capital F of a. So f of x is the derivative of capital F of x, means derivative and integration are reciprocal to each others, or integration is known as the antiderivative, and is equal to capital F of b minus F of a, upper limit minus lower limit. So this is the definite integral of f of x. Now we see our fundamental theorem of integral calculus is also known. Fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Or definite integral as the limit of a sum. Definite integral as the limit of a sum. Now we see only theorem without proof. So theorem, if we divide the interval closed and bounded interval AB into n equal parts, or into n subintervals, n equal parts, such that length of each subinterval is h. H is equal to b minus a upon n. That is n h is equal to b minus a. That is n h is equal to b minus a. Then integration of f of x dx, integration going from a to b is equal to limit of, or limit as h tends to 0, n tends to infinity of h into f of a plus h plus f of a plus 2h plus f of a plus 3h up to the f of a plus nh. So this theorem is known as the fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Here interval AB divided into n equal parts or n subintervals, and length of each subinterval is b minus a upon nh, b minus a upon n, and from this nh is equal to b minus a. Then you have integration of f of x dx is equal to integration going from a to b, limit of h into f of a plus h plus f of a plus 2h plus f of a plus nh. So we can prove this theorem, but we are not interested to prove this. Now using this fundamental theorem of integral calculus, we see some examples. So which is useful for your examination. If the examination will be objective examination. Example 1. Evaluate integration of x dx, integration going from a to b as the limit of a sum. Evaluate this. This is definite integral as the limit of a sum. If your examination will be subjective, means you have to evaluate, then you apply this method, means by using the theorem of fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Or if your examination will be objective, then you can write directly its answer. So you know by your usual method, integration of x. What is integration of x? Dx. Integration of x is x square upon 2. Upper limit is b, lower limit is a. And using this fundamental theorem, upper limit minus lower limit means b square 1 by 2 into b square minus a square. This is the answer. If you replace x by x square, then its integration of x square is x square by 3. Then 1 by 3 bq minus aq. So you can write the direct answer. But your subjective examination, then this process, integration of x dx as the limit of a sum. Solution. Making use of fundamental theorem of integral calculus by theorem or fundamental theorem of integral calculus, we have integral calculus, we have. So what is your theorem? Integration of f of x dx, integration going from a to b is equal to limit of h into f of a plus h plus f of a plus 2h plus f of a plus 3h plus up to the f of a plus nh, and limit of this as h tends to 0, n tends to infinity. Here, what is f of x? F of x is equal to x. Instead of x square, then you write here x square and use the theorem. Therefore, integration of x dx, integration going from a to b is equal to limit of h tends to 0, n tends to infinity, h into f of x is equal to x. Then what is f of a plus h? Means the value of the function at a plus h. Means you replace x by a plus h. F of a plus h means here a plus h. Then plus f of a plus 2h. X is replaced by a plus 2h, means a plus 2h, a plus 3h, plus up to the a plus nh. Close the bracket. Again, this can be written as limit as s tends to 0, n tends to infinity, h. Here a plus up to the a. Then plus h plus 2h, h plus 2h plus 3h plus up to the nh, or you can take h common. So again this can be written as limit as h tends to 0, n tends to infinity, h in bracket a plus a means n times n a, plus you take h common, h into 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus up to the n. Now you know the addition of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n, that is n into n plus 1 upon 2. So I will write here. Therefore, integration of x dx, integration going from a to b, is equal to limit as s tends to 0, n tends to infinity, n a plus h into, so addition of this is the n into n plus 1 upon 2. Now you know the here h into this is equal to limit as h tends to 0 and tends to infinity of n h a, n h into a plus h square or n h. So this is the n square plus n, means here n into h into, if you take n into h plus n h, this is the n h and this n h square upon 2, means 2 into this and total upon n. But what is NH? NH is the b minus a. So is equal to limit as h tends to 0 into here 1 by 2. 1 by 2, you know the algebra of limit, 1 by 2 into this. NH is the b minus a. 2 into b minus a into a plus NH. NH is the b minus a into b minus a, then plus NH into h, b minus a into h. So which is free from n, therefore we have not written here n tends to infinity because there is no n. If you take the limit of this as h tends to 0, where h? So here h. So this is free from h, this is free from h. So is equal to 1 by 2 into, this is the 2ba or 2ab minus 2a square, then plus b minus a whole square plus b minus a into 0, because as I say into 0 means this 0. So is equal to 1 by 2 into 2ba or 2ab, b into a is equal to a into b, 2ab minus 2a square plus b square minus 2ab plus a square. You know the expansion of b minus a square. Therefore, minus 2ab plus 2a cancel. Minus 2a square plus a square, that is minus a square, is equal to 1 by 2 b square minus a square. Therefore, integration of x dx, integration going from a to b is equal to 1 by 2 b minus a square. So already we have told you previously, that is integration of x is x square by 2, upper limit is b, lower limit is a, means 1 by 2 into b square minus a square. You can write directly if you have the examination, objective examination, or subjective, then you proceed in this way. Similarly, you can find the integration of x square dx, x square dx, integration going from a to b, x cube dx, integration going from a to b. Or you can evaluate the integration of sin x dx, integration going from a to b as a limit of the sum. You evaluate the integral as the limit of the sum. If you have the, you can write directly. That is, you know the integration of sin x. Integration of sin x is the cos x. So integration of sin x is minus cos x, upper limit is b, lower limit is a. Then this can be written as minus cos b, then or here minus cos b minus cos a, then minus cos b minus minus plus cos a, or this can be written as cos a minus cos b. So definite integral sin x dx from a to b is cos a minus cos b. Or evaluate the integration of cos x dx, integration going from a to b as a limit of the sum. So integration of cos x is sin x, upper limit is b, lower limit is a, x is equal to a. So is equal to sin b minus sin a. You can write directly in this way also, or by your fundamental of theorem integral calculus, you can proceed in that way. Homework: evaluate integration of e raised to x dx, integration going from a to b as the limit of sum. So we stop here. Thank you.